No suitcase by the hallway light, no echoes down the stairs at night, no slammed shut words, no broken plates, just empty cups and quiet fates. The couch still bears the shape she curled, but gone is all that made it a world. It was a goodbye without a door, no creak, no click, no final floor. She didn't pack, she didn't say, just faded like the end of day. And I still breathe the air she left, like perfume after sudden theft. A goodbye without a door, just silence slipping through the floor. She didn't cry, I didn't plead. We both just fed the same old need to keep it calm, to skip the scene, like closing books we've already seen. The fridge still hums her favorite song, but somehow hums it all wrong. It was a goodbye without a door, no coat removed, no metaphor, just chairs askew and lights still on, a ghost departing with the dawn. No written note, no soft so long, just absence wrapped in normal song. A goodbye without a door, and yet it echoes evermore. We think the end will always shout, but some just melt and then fade out. And not with a bang, but with a hush, like wind that leaves without a brush. It was a goodbye without a door, and though the house looks like before, the clocks still tick, the floorboards creak, but none of them recall her speak. She left no mark, she made no scene, but took the warmth from in between. You lit a smoke with shaky hands, I drove us through forgotten lands. The road ahead, the past behind, we didn't speak what crossed our minds. Two shadows riding dusk and fate, with empty maps and heavy weight. We shared the same escape, no plan, no end, no chosen shape, just miles that blurred our yesterdays, and motel sheets and borrowed haze. We kissed like fugitives from the same way back to safe. The diners knew us by no name. We played our roles inside the flame. I held your hand in neon glow, but never asked where you might go. We weren't in love, we were away from all we couldn't seem to say. We share the same escape, like songs that never found their tape. We clung like branches in the stream, not for the root, but for the dream. Your eyes said stay, your steps said run. By morning you were chasing sun. We shared the same escape, but love was never meant to drape. Like ours don't land, just float on wind, not place or plan. We weren't a home, we were a door to what we couldn't take no more. We shared the same escape, no vows, no fence, no boundless cape. We burned too bright to leave a trace, just tired tracks and empty space. And though I dream of you some nights, it's not a love but shared mid-flights. We shared the same escape and vanished like vanishing shape.
I stood before the mirror's light at 10:30 in fading white. No lipstick smudge, no second brush, just quiet walls and hallway hush. Showed my eyes, but not the pain. No trace of her, no water stain. What the mirror didn't say was how she slowly slipped away. It showed my face, it showed the lines, but none that marked where she resigned. It didn't speak of where we cracked, or how she took what I can't track. What the mirror didn't say was how I lost her yesterday. Her comb still rests beside the glass, a relic from a softer past. But when I search the silver frame, I see just me and half a name. She used to fix her dress, then smile. Now all that's gone, a ghosted mile. What the mirror didn't say was why she couldn't choose to stay. It showed my hands, but not the touch of holding on to not enough. It kept the light, it gave me form, but not the cold after the warm. What the mirror didn't say was that her leaving It never lies, but it withholds the silent truth that love unfolds. Some things can't shine in glass or chrome, like empty hearts or loss of home. What the mirror didn't say was how the light can fade that way. It didn't scream, it didn't sigh, just watched me shave, then wonder why. And though I speak to empty air, the glass just stares, it doesn't care. What the mirror didn't say still haunts me every single day. I was driving down old Highway 9. The sun was low, the light was fine. I flipped the dial just out a road, then caught a chord you used to quote. That melody, it knew our names. The chorus sparked forgotten flames. Half a song on the radio took me back too long ago, when you would hum and tap the dash with laughter soft as summer ash. But static cut the final line and left me stranded in that time. Half a song on the radio was all it took to let you show. I pulled aside, let the wheels breathe, as memory curled like fallen leaves. You sang that verse in morning's light, still in my shirt from yesterday's night. It wasn't much, it wasn't planned, but God, you fit just right in hand. Half a song on the radio was more than silence ever showed. It filled the seat you used to claim and whispered pieces of your name. But then it faded soft and slow, like love that doesn't wanna go. Half a song on the radio, and suddenly I missed you so. Say the past don't play rewind, but music cheats the rules of time. One minor key, one lyric low, and you return with all you know. like nothing changed, like nothing showed. The pillow bore her quiet trace, but not the warmth, not even face. Her mug was full from yesterday. The light stayed on, she slipped away. The light stayed, but she didn't. The world moved on, but I hadn't. The walls held firm, the clock still ticked, but time grew thick and heart got nicked. No slammed door, no whispered fight, just absence in a pool of light. The light stayed, but she didn't. In silence sang what she had written. The night we fought, it barely flared. She turned away, I mostly stared. We left the lamp on side by side. Then morning came, and so did tide. Her shoes were gone, the keys were too, but nothing else had lost its hue. The light stayed, but she didn't. Her touch dissolved, but air still thin. The floorboards creaked as if she passed, but held no step, no shadow cast. I blinked into the amber hue and hoped she'd walk back into view. The light stayed, but she didn't. Like stories cut before they're written. Some endings scream, some endings sting, but hers just didn't do a thing. Just walked right out the breath we shared and left me staring at the glare. The light stayed, but she didn't. I breathe beneath what love once meant. The ceiling hums, the lamp burns through, but nothing shines like she once knew. I sleep beneath that quiet glow, still asking where the warmth. The trees still sway in morning light, but none of them will say it right. The breeze that used to kiss her hair now dances past like she's not there. I called her name into the sky, but clouds just moved and passed me by. Even the wind won't speak her name. It whispers soft but not the same. The fields stay still, the lake won't stir. No echo dares remember her. I beg the pines to sing her tune, but silence fell on sun and moon. Even the wind won't speak
lost itself, forgot its claim. She walked these hills in summer's breath, but left before the fall of death. The swing she loved still creaks at dawn, but never sways since she's been gone. I stood where laughter used to land, but found just dust inside my hand. Even the wind won't speak her name. It once would dance, now it's just tame. The ocean hums a different key, avoiding chords of memory. The sparrow waits to start its song, as if it knows that name is wrong. Even the wind won't speak her name, and nature too has left the frame. Maybe the earth has made a pact to guard her name and not look back. Or maybe I'm the only one still chasing ghosts beneath the sun. Even the wind won't speak her name, and I've grown tired of taking blame. If gales forget and rivers hush, then maybe loss is in the hush. So I just sit beneath the sky and let her fade without goodbye. Even the wind won't speak her name, so neither will I, just the same. The sky pretended it was blue, as if it didn't miss her too. The sun came out but looked away. It didn't warm me much that day. The wind wore spring like Sunday clothes, but carried silence no one chose. The sky pretended it was blue, but I could see the aching through. It painted light on every tree, while shadows whispered back to me. And though the clouds were white and slow, they held a grief they didn't show. The sky pretended it was blue, just like I used to, loving you. Loving you. The neighbors smiled like morning news. The birds rehearsed their happy cues, but underneath their scripted grace was something cracked they couldn't face. I walked alone beneath the hue of something false and far from true. The sky pretended it her face to light, but now that color stings too bright. I almost waved into the air, but knew full well she wasn't there. The sky pretended it was blue, and I pretended I moved through. It's funny how the world puts on its makeup just to carry on, while hearts like mine are out of tune, still stuck inside a colder June. The sky pretended it was blue, like postcards sent but never do. It offered hope in vain disguise to blind the tears beneath my eyes. And though it shines, it doesn't mend, for skies don't break and hearts don't bend. The sky pretended it was blue, and I still miss her through and through.
She stood there near the kitchen light, her shadow soft, her grip not tight. She asked me if the tea was cold, but didn't care enough to hold. Her voice was here, her hands were still, but something left against her will. She was gone before goodbye, before the tears, before the cry, before the door could close or creak, before my mouth found words to speak. She vanished in the way she stared, like looking through me, not quite there. She was gone before goodbye, and I still don't know the reason why. Her suitcase stayed for 2 more days, but none of her had planned to stay. She kissed my cheek like signing out, emotion made devoid of doubt. And though the bed still held her scent, it felt more ghost than resident. She was gone before goodbye, no fireworks, no shattered sky, just absence wrapped in presence thin, like love that folds itself within. I tried to joke, she didn't laugh, the silence split the room in half. She was gone before goodbye, and I just let the moment lie. We think it ends with final words, but endings come as silent birds. They perch for weeks and never sing, then vanish with forgotten wings. She was gone before goodbye, like stars that fade before we try to name the shape they used to burn. Too late to stop, too slow to turn. Now every bite feels hollow-eyed compared to how she slipped inside. She was gone before goodbye, and all I had was just a sigh. sunrise on your skin. A warmth that melted doubt within. We drank the light like morning wine. No past to chase, no need to define. The birds had barely learned their song, but we were fire, though not for long. We were just a morning long, a verse too short, a fading song, like mist that lives before it's noon, or whispered love beneath the moon. No promises, no painted fate, just breathe and touch before too late. We were just a morning long, and that was all, and that was strong. You smiled like windows taking the sun, then vanished when the day begun. No fights, no storms, no bitter end, just silence where the light had been. Your name still hums in waking breeze, trace and shade beneath the trees. We were just a morning long, a page that didn't need belong. No final word, no reason why, just gold that kissed and said goodbye. And though it passed, I can't let go of how it felt to briefly glow. We were just a morning long, but every dusk still sings that song. Some loves are novels long and wide, but ours just touch the rising tide. It didn't stay, but still it shined between the hours, the sun aligns. We were just a morning long, no right, no wrong, no place we'd throng. Yet something in that fleeting gleam still feels more real than any dream. And though you're gone, the light remains inside my breath, beneath my veins. We were just a morning long, but oh how bright, how full, how strong. The room was still, no clock would tick. The light was low, the shadows thick. But somehow she was in the air, not seen, not touched, but always there. The quiet curved the way she stood, a silent echo made of wood. Even silence knows her shape, the way she leaned, the way she draped. Her sweater hung like breath on glass, still frozen
frozen in the time we passed. No sound, no voice, no falling rain, yet everything still speaks her name. Even silence knows her shape, like grief that doesn't try escape. The hallway hums her parting steps. The floor still keeps where laughter slept. I reach for words, they won't arrive. Just stillness learning to survive. Her name's not said, her song's not played, but every hush holds what she weighed. Even silence knows her shape, like hands that never quite ungrape. She's carved in pauses, steeped in hush, and every dusk and coffee rush. I speak to space, the air replies with all the ways she never dies. Even silence knows her shape. The outline lost can never scrape. They said that time would clean the glass, that silence fades like seasons pass. But I have found in every calm, she lingers more than memories born. Even silence knows her shape, where candles flicker, hearts reshape, where nothing moves, and yet I played that song wrote from '92, the one she loved in shades of blue. But halfway through the second line, her memory stole back what was mine. Each pause, each breath, each chord I chose, her name fell soft between the notes. Her name fell between the notes, not loud, not sharp, but how it floats. A whisper hidden melody, a ghost inside the harmony. Though I don't speak it anymore, it lingers in the minor four. Her name fell between the notes, and I can't play that song remote. She used to hum just half a beat, off time but always bittersweet. Now when I strum that fragile string, it's not the chord, but what it brings. A silence thick, a space that grows, where once her laughter used to glow. Her name fell between the notes, in rest and bends and distant throats. In every song that I avoid, she
and silence sings what love once wrote. Some names don't fade, they just transform from spoken word to something warm, like shadows in a minor scale, or breeze beneath a storm-bound sail. Her name fell between the notes, and no crescendo ever floats. So when I write a brand new line, she slips inside the in-between time. A harmony I can't erase, that haunts the quietest embrace. Her name fell between the notes, and still my hands remember those. The chair still sits by a window pane, its wooden arms worn smooth with rain. She used to curl with book in hand and draw small suns in morning sand. Now no one's there to sip the steam, but every dawn repeats the theme. Where she sat, the light still leans through golden blinds and quiet beams. It hits the floor the way it did when she would smile and close the lid. Thoughts too wide for words to share, but sunlight knew her better there. Where she sat, the light still leans, a silent shrine in daily scenes. I tried to move the chair one day, something in me said it'd stay. The dust it gathers feels like proof of time gone soft beneath the roof. And though her scent has long since fled, the morning air still paints her stead. Where she sat, the light still leans, a touch of grace in between. No photograph, no faded thread, just golden hush where she once read. And though the house forgets her name, the sun remembers just the same. Where she sat, the light still leans like memory through window screens. Some leave without a sound or scream, but light remembers every scene. The way she breathed, the way she turned, the coffee steam, the pages burned. Where she sat, the light still leans, each morning's echo reconvenes. And though I wake to just a chair, she's always partly Windows watched us laugh and lean through morning soft and nights unseen. They caught your breath in foggy glaze and danced with light on shadowed days. You brushed your hair, the glass looked in. It held the secrets in your grin. When windows watched, we didn't know how fast the light could come and go. They framed your shape in golden hue and memorized what love once knew. Now every pain reflects the cost of what the room and I have lost. When windows watched, they saw you too. The blinds still shift like you once did. The breeze returns where words were hid. Your coat hung close beside the sill, a silent oath the glass holds still. And in the glare of afternoon, the windows shine like some old tune. When windows watched, we spoke in glance. The light would linger like romance. They caught your smile before it slipped, held everything we barely gripped. Now morning breaks without your touch, but windows blink and miss too much. When windows watched, they watched for us. Some rooms forget, but windows know the way a heart begins to show. They watched the door swing wide one day and held their breath when you walked away. When windows watched, they took it in. The start, the swell, the paper thin. And now they stare in quiet ache at every dusk the sky will make. For even glass can hold a flame and whisper back a lover's name. When windows watched, they watched you stay, then watched you go. She walked like wind across the street, with shadows dancing at her feet. Her eyes fixed on a sky so wide, she never once looked to the side. I called her name, she didn't flinch. Her grip on freedom wouldn't pinch. She never looked down, not once, not then. She chased the stars past every end. And I stood still with open hands while she drew maps in different lands. No plea,
then faced the dawn, as if the night was just a yawn. I begged the moment not to go, but she was built to always flow, like rivers running past their source. She never questioned love or course. She never looked down. No tears, no weight. She never feared a closing gate. She wore the wind like it was hers and left me dressed in softer slurs. No crown, no gown. She never looked down, and I just watched her hesitate, but never break. Some hearts aren't meant for staying. They bloom then go, no delaying. I was the pause, she was the race. I memorized her vanishing grace. She never looked down, just forward, far. She lit her path with morning star. And though I stayed in place too long, she gave me something strong and gone. No chain, no noun. She never looked down, and I still live beneath her song.
The room was still, not even air, just faded light and empty chair. No ticking clock, no whispered sound, yet something moved without a bound. I stood so still, but deep inside, the hush was where she used to hide. Stillness felt like her, the way she used to stir, without a step, without a word, like silence only she preferred. No breath, no blur. Stillness felt like her, and every quiet cried her name. I reached for books she used to read. Their pages slept, but seemed to bleed. The walls exhaled a softer shade, like echoes she herself had made. She wasn't there, and yet so near. Inside the quiet I could hear. Stillness felt like her, a presence lost in blur. She didn't knock, she didn't stay, but stilled the noise in her own way. No touch, no spur. Stillness felt like her.
every pause became her claim. Some people live in moments aloud. She lived inside the drifting cloud, not meant to last, not meant to leave, but held in hush that makes you grieve. Stillness felt like her, the way light finds the fair, the way the night begins to sigh, without a need to ask why. She's gone for sure, yet stillness felt like her. And now the silence says goodbye.
She left like dusk behind the trees. No wave, no word, no final keys. The sky turned gray but said no why. Just watched her silhouette slip by. I searched the roads, the open gate, but nothing stirred or bent to fate. Nothing pointed her home. No signs, no stars to roam. No footprints on the morning grass, no echo down the underpass. The wind just moaned, but nothing pointed her home. She left like she was never known. The porch light burned for 7 days, then flickered out in smoky haze. I wrote her name in window steam, but time erased my quiet dream. The map we made is torn and bare, each line a thread that leads nowhere. Nothing pointed her home. No letters, call, or poem. The birds returned but not her eyes. The sky forgot to sympathize. The world had grown, and nothing pointed her home. She walked past places love had sown. Some roads are drawn in one direction, some hearts don't turn toward reflection. I stood too long at every bend and found no trail and no pretend. Nothing pointed her home. No voice behind the phone. No reason left to mark the year, just silence where I strained to hear. So now I've known that nothing pointed her home, and maybe she was never home. She closed the door but left no sound. Just shifted air and
settled ground. The clock still ticks the way it did, but echoes louder where she hid. Each room retains her turning glance, like silence waiting for a dance. Echoes in her wake, not loud enough to break, but strong enough to stretch the walls and whisper through these empty halls. No shake, no quake, just echoes in her wake. And every step I take still stalls. Her mug remains upon the sill. The tea long cold, the window still. A book half read with dog-eared page still hums with her, still holds her stage. I try to speak, but breath won't bend, for echoes do not comprehend. Echoes in her wake, the sound the silence makes when someone leaves but won't let go of all the things they used to know. No give, no take, just echoes in her wake, and haunting like the dusk will show. She's gone in body, not in tone. She's absence that I walk alone. And every word I think to say returns in her forgotten way. Echoes in her wake, like footsteps I mistake for hers, though I've long known the truth. The air still smells of borrowed youth. No song to fake, just echoes in her wake, and I've grown used to her ache. I wrote her notes in quiet hours between the rain and wilting flowers. I placed them where she'd surely see, beside the mug, beneath the key. But days went by, the pages stayed, still folded neat, still inked and frayed. Letters left unread, stacked like words I never said. No scribbled lines could change her mind, no tear-stained thoughts could make her kind. She never bled for letters left unread, and I still write them in my head. The postman came, the doorbell rang, but silence always softly sang. I wrote of love and little things coffee cups and wedding rings. Put all my hope in pen and thread. Lay still in drawers of things unsaid. Letters left unread became the things I dread. 1,000 lines she'll never know, 1,000 ways I let her go. Still gently led by letters left unread, each word a ghost I softly fed. Some hearts replied, some disappeared, some read with eyes, but never here. And mine was left to write alone on paper cold as polished stone. Letters left unread now fill the space instead of answers, hands, or final talks. Just paper aging in a box. No thread, no red, just letters left unread in silence where footsteps fled. She used to sit beside the fire with books and tea the day expired. Her knees tucked in, her fingers bent. On every page her silence went. Now all the light feels rearranged, but only one thing hasn't changed. Only the chair stayed, its cushion sunk, its fabric frayed. No echoes left, no scent remains, but still it holds invisible chains. No voice obeyed, only the chair stayed. Like it still waits to be repaid. I moved the frames, I swept the floor, I painted walls, replaced the door. The lamp is new, the curtains pale, but that old chair still tells the tale. I sit beside but not within. It holds the shape of where she's been. Only the chair stayed while all the rest decayed. I tried to sell it once or twice, but couldn't name a worthy price. So there it lay. Only the chair stayed, like it refused to be betrayed. Some things remember what we can't, like creaks and floors and fainting plants. I let her go, I cleared the air, but couldn't move that waiting chair. Only the chair stayed, unchanged, unmoved, unplayed. No shadow sits, no comfort calls, yet still it stares across the walls. like love delayed. Only the chair stayed, and somehow that feels more than made.
She didn't shout, she didn't cry, she didn't even say goodbye. But when she left, the room would shake, like something real began to break. No thunder rolled, no glasses broke, just silence speaking every stroke. Her silence was loud, like midnight in a crowd, like breath you hold and can't explain, like thunder after sudden rain. No curse allowed, her silence was loud, and I still hear it through the shroud. I played her songs, I stirred the tea, I filled the room with noise and plea, but nothing softened what she spared. No argument, no heart declared. It wasn't rage that pulled her far, it was the hush between each scar. Her silence was loud, it echoed without sound. A wall I built then watched collapse, with no one there to leave a lapse. No scream, no crowd, her silence was loud. It wrapped me like a burial shroud. Some wounds don't bleed, they hum instead, inside your chest, behind what's said. And every time I speak her name, I hear the quiet just the same. Her silence was loud, more than vows unbound. It made the mirror seem to wince, and time itself retreat and flinch. No storm, no cloud, her silence was loud, and still it lives within me since. They say the heart still keeps a trace of every smile, of every face. But in
this room where we once lay. Not even shadows choose to stay. The air is flat, the floor is dry. No whispers left, no echoes cry. Even her ghost fled. No hauntings in my bed. No creaking floor, no candle dim, no distant hum of phantom hymn. Just space and dread. Even her ghost fled, like memory too tired to tread. I called her name into the night, but silence swallowed all the light. No chill upon the window pane, no voice that trembles in the rain. She didn't linger, didn't stay. Not even dreams come through this way. Even her ghost fled, left not a thread. No perfume caught in linen folds, no glance behind the cupboard holes, no sign she bled. Even her ghost fled, like grief that simply chose instead. Some leave a mark in time's long spine, but she erased both hers and mine. I search in places most forget, but all I find is blank regret. Even her ghost fled. No visions overhead, just stillness deep enough to drown. No flickers dressed in tattered gowns, no voice I've wed. Even her ghost fled and left this house too dead to dread. I wrote her name on notebook lines with ink that blurred through crossing times. It used to shine with golden grace. Now every letter hides a face. And when I speak it, it feels wrong, like echoes tone that stay too long. Shadows under her name, no fire left, no flame, just shapes of what I can't recall. The rise and fall of nothing small, no claim to fame, just shadows under her name, and silence deeper than the blame. I carved her name beneath the tree. It used to mean the world to me, but now the bark has swallowed deep. just left me more alone. A word once bright with breath and spark now barely stirs the quiet dark. Final battles under her name is all that still remains. No syllable can bring her back, no melody can fill the crack. Just dusk, no flame, shadows under her name. And I forgot the way